Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. So you saw the Flash Event car being built yesterday in my video utilizing paid crates. Now that I have tuned it with all those fusions and stage 6s, the car is running 9.7s. The question now is, can you get pretty far in this event without paying for more crates? Or am I going to have to wait a few days for free crates to get fusions to really push through? Let's go ahead and see how far I can get at this point, because that's going to dictate what I think I'm going to be able to do or not do in this game with this event. Alright, so 9.65, I think first to second shift was too early. I have not actually looked at a shift pattern for this car yet. I'm just messing with it as we go. I know it beats dyno real easily. The question is by how much? Where do I use nitrous? And how long do I let the first gear spin before I shift out? Too quick, you bog the car. Too slow, and you're wasting wheel spin. So it becomes one of those, which one is going to work out the best for me? The 0 to 60 challenge actually gives you some of that information, because when you do 0 to 60 runs, the better the 0 to 60 and 0 to 100, generally the car will run the better in the long run too, as long as you're not sacrificing too much nitrous duration or other things, and you're not tuning specifically for it. You're just running at your max evo tune. That's one of the ways to find out what's the best way to drive the car, is in fact watching the 0 to 60 runs and then running it accordingly from there. I'm using nitrous in fourth to see if it'll push it a little better with nitrous, and let's see what we ran. There's always a possibility of using nitrous in second as well, so that's going to be next. This is basically how people slowly but surely figure out shift patterns. Now, not everybody has the patience to find every variable, but there are certain things you look for. Is this improving? Is that improving? Is your mile per hour good? Is your time improving, right? So you play with all these variables, then that's what gets you ultimately your best shift pattern. Now, there will be other things you have to do to truly get it down, and it is upgrade dependent. So my shift pattern for this level of upgrades may not work for someone who doesn't have the same upgrades, okay, or has more upgrades. Any one of those would change the way the car would work, or the way the car would run. Using nitrous earlier seems to have helped. I also shift out of first quicker, which didn't hurt it. Let's take a look at the overall result here. 9.587 is a better run than my 9.67 by far. So the real question is, can I get away with maybe start using nitrous in second? That was nitrous in third, I believe. So let's try launching, getting out of first quickly, and then nitrous right from, oh wait, speed trap, that's different. Speed trap, you're probably going to want to wait and utilize it late for nitrous. Okay, but this car basically runs on nitrous for a major part of its run. I would have to shorten nitrous duration to a stronger nitrous if I was pushing for speed trap. But look at it, 269 already, so that's not real issue. Let's move on and see what we can do time-wise. So I'm trying to improve the time. I got a 9.5 on a 9.7 dyno now, so that's about 10th and a half, almost 2/10. Let's see if I can improve on that. Okay, I'm going to use nitrous in second, third, fourth, but that means fifth and sixth, you're not on nitrous as much. The question is that going to hurt it? Yes, okay. So 9.58 was the best run so far, and this second gear nitrous basically wasted it on spinning tire rather than actually getting somewhere. So let's try again. And once again, I'm going to use nitrous in third. I may short shift out of second now, because I know second is kind of a long gear, but not necessarily a power gear. So let's try some new. 1, 2, 3. Nitrous on third. That was still a lot of tire spinning, so it still concerns me whether that's going to do better, and it didn't. So it looks like running through second gear still is going to be needed. Okay, so that was kind of a miserable run too. Let's go ahead and add some gas. While you're playing these events, that's your chance to play with all these different strategies. Because you're not going to find out the best way to drive a car if you don't drive it different ways. If you always drive it the same way because that's the way you were taught, you're never going to figure anything out with the newer and different cars. So definitely mess around with different strategies. Don't get too hung up on one technique, because sometimes the one technique doesn't work. Alright, so I went back to fourth gear again because I still find third to be spinning a lot. Let me see if this will be any better. Probably not, but yeah, no, 9.6s. So far the best run I got was almost instant second, despite the fact that it looked like it bogged a bit, and then letting second run out and then third gear nitrous. So I'm going to go back to that again as my next run strategy, just to see if I can duplicate that 9.5. Okay, so we're doing it this way. This reminds me a little bit of the Supras, the way the Supra worked in the beginning. Let me see here. 9.633 is an improvement from 9.66, but not quite as good as that 9.5 that we ran before. So once more, try again. Maybe let it go to about 15-20 miles per hour and then shift to second. Maybe short shift to third instead of going all the way to deep. And we'll short shift to third on perfect, fourth on perfect, and then fifth and sixth on nitrous. I don't think that helped. Let's see how it looked. Oh man, that killed it. Okay, so that wasn't good either. So back to quick second again. Maybe I'll do instant second, even though it bogs it. It with some cars, even though it bogs it, you still do better with instant second. Let's try that. So this is instant second, third nitrous. Because the duration's long enough that I'm actually getting away with all that nitrous. Let's see what happens here. This might be a better run. Yes, it was better. So instant second. Now the question is, where do we shift into third? There's a tire for the LFA. Not that I need it since I already have all stage 6. Also notice the 9.7 has gotten me so far through the event without much of an issue. We haven't hit any extreme runs yet. It's still all in the blue section. Okay, let's try instant second. Third and nitrous. Early. That is a lot of tire spinning though. I don't know. Oh, yes, that was a good run, though. I think it was better than before. Best run so far. So, instant second, short shift to third. Now I got to find out the right point to shift into third to make sure. Ooh, 500 gold. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Ooh, I'm almost back up to 25,000 gold. Woohoo! Time to waste some. No. Never do that. Save your gold. Okay. I know I've wasted plenty over time, but you don't get to 20,000 gold by wasting it. Okay. Okay, so 4,000 there on that one. Let's see how well it runs. Now I think the Supra is 3,000, right? Supra, you do like 3,000. Well, anyway, it's not the Supra. Let's not get confused over here. 9.577. So I've consistently now found a way to get into the 9.5s. Then the real question is, can I get even better? I'm on race 28 already with a 9.5. That means you don't need full fusions to get this far, but the hurdle races should be coming up. If 9.7 is all you need, it's actually not a very tough challenge. Okay, so this time I shift even earlier into third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. A little different pattern there and a little bit slower. So it looks like running deep into the gear actually helps. Here comes the red. Okay, now it's going, nah, sorry buddy, you got this far, but that last 2 races, we're not giving it to you. You're gonna have to do more upgrades. Now, the good news is I have some free crates coming. In fact, I should have a free crate right now. I may have to go collect it. But let's first find out what the challenge is. Okay, and we're gonna run it all the way into the 10K range for all these gears and see if it'll get me through. Alright, 9.5's got me right on through that one. And that wasn't even the best run, so I need to do a little better. I can do better. I think the 2 epic fusions here may help. Let's go back and put them in. Let's pull our free crate. And let's see if Lady Luck will get me through that race 30. Lady Luck being this blonde lady that always shows you a key and then gives you junk. Okay, hold on. Later, let's go ahead and worry about getting... I got 500 gold, man. I can spend 20 for gas now. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's put that... plus 20 Evo. That's always good. This one... I need another blue one. Put this one in. I should be able to put the red one in. Yes. Another red one in. Yes. Okay. Nitrous is looking pretty good here. Almost full. Body could use some help, but ooh, that's a lot of Evo. So I think I just bounced the car down to like a 9.5 on the dyno, maybe doing 9.3s. But before we get there, let's go check crates. And then we'll go back and tune it. Did I get free? Yes, there it is. Another free crate. Free crate number 5. And red. No, green. Red. Oh, blue. I don't need it. Green. Green. And green. Yeah, okay. Kind of expected. So Blonde Lady Luck kind of said, no, up yours. You're not getting it. Okay, let's see. So I am going to leverage whatever I can out of this, tune the car, and go after race 30 with my fingers crossed. Although you can't tap while your fingers crossed. For me, it's okay. I could cross my fingers and still tap the mouse, but a little hard to drive the car with all your fingers crossed going, oh, wait, you're only using your thumb, aren't you? Well, it could work. I could cross my fingers. Never mind. Okay, we're losing track of the purpose here, which is to beat this event. Okay, let's see. Tune. Top speed isn't going to change much. 9.488. I didn't even get to 9.3 after all that work. Oh. Now I got more power. I can actually do this. Yes. Okay, so that changes it quite a bit. Before, when I went to 0, I'd lost Evo, but now that I have some more fusions, there's my 9.3. That means more grip. That also means potentially changing the way the car would run. Let's take on race 30. Now, let me think. Nitrous. I'm still going to use nitrous in 3rd. It is still extreme. That means race 30 is still harder than this. It might actually be like an 8 point something run. So you're literally jumping from 9.5 to like 9.0, I guess. Otherwise, it wouldn't be extreme still. But let's find out. Let's give it a try. Alright, so instant second again. And 3rd in nitrous. We should have more grip. And nitrous should be pushing. And it's close, but no cigar. Let's see what they ran. That's got to be 8 point something or 9.0 at least, because yep, 9.063. Now I'm on a 9.338. One option here, and this is always an option with these events, is if you don't come back and race the same guy, let's see if it gets a different opponent. That's one thing. Sometimes you get a different opponent that's slower, and that'll squeeze you through without having to do something crazy. But let me see if I can squeeze through with a different opponent or not. Also, again, I'm changing the tire grip to 0, so I have to change the way I drive, I think. Maybe let second run a little deeper because I want nitrous on near the end. Yeah, gotta play with it and find out. Let's go ahead and do it. I think perfect launch might be important as well. Okay, so this time I use nitrous a little bit later in the gear. And it's so close, but no cigar. It's still about a 1/10 behind him. 9.195, 9.18. That is actually a slightly slower opponent. But to get from 9.38 to 9.0 isn't likely to happen. So I'm stuck. Okay, without more fusions or some change in the way I can tune this car, it is not likely to get through this. Let me try a different alternative here again. Maybe a little more shorter final drive. 9.324. 2/10 off of that is 9.124. That's assuming I can pull that off. Let's see if we get a different opponent. I mean, a few pips of gas isn't that big a deal. So again, still extreme. It's going to stay extreme here because your opponent's definitely running faster than your dyno. The question is if I can find a 9.19 opponent or 9.2 opponent, then I can at least beat it. Nope, same guy. That's going to be a 9.118 I think he runs. Okay. Trying a little different way. I don't think this is going to be faster. No! No, it looked like it was starting to catch up, but no, you lose. It's not actually worse, but it's not that much better. In and out. Again, to see if I can find a different opponent. I mean, obviously, if in the end this is it, then the only option left would be to wait for that fusion. That'll actually help me, but I'm not holding my breath on that. Okay. Let's go ahead and try one more time. Yes, if you pay for some golden money, you will make it. No, maybe later. Okay. Alright, let's see again. If I can get an opponent that runs at least slower than what I run. So far we had the McLaren and the Lamborghini as opponents. Here is now another Lamborghini. Let's hope it's a slow one. I'm trying a completely different strategy in shifting because I think it'll help. Oh, it did help! Look at that! I got it! And I ran a 9.0. So with the higher grip, I'm now shifting completely differently. What I did is I jumped out of the first, second, and third, went right to fourth, and hit nitrous. And look at that. Not only did we beat dyno by a ton, we found a slow opponent at the same time. It's a double win. And with that, my friends, I have completed the Flash event on 80 bucks. Yeah. Actually, it's 80 bucks plus the cost of the car, so it's actually about 106. So it's not that cheap. It is one of those events that's going to cost you, and that's not even close to being maxed. So now the question is, do I wait till the last day, which I will, and try to pull some more free crates and then finalize by just, mad polling for the last bit and get the car maxed? Or do I leave it be and don't mess with it because it seems okay? The one thing that I noticed so far is that it is not a low upgrade high evo car. It is a nice natural dyno beater, so it has the potential to be competitive in live, but it's not going to be super good. Grip changes, tune changes, driving style changes, pretty okay here. Obviously fast enough there, so certainly a Flash car should at least be able to make it through Tempest 3, and this car should be no different. But again, getting those fusions, all those things. So anyway, that is the Flash event completion on all stage 6s. Let's take a look at the build of the car. All stage 6, 89 fusions, got right on through. And I finally figured out that I need to short shift a few gears before I can hit the nitrous in fourth. Maybe I should have tried that earlier, but the point is, I kind of figured that out on the very end there, and that helps out. I am now going to go check out the actual shift pattern videos from other people. But again, without the car being fully maxed, you have to tweak it to match your particular car situation. Hey, let me know what you think. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you like my channel and would like to get notifications, then subscribe, hit the bell, and get the notifications when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.